Hey guys, this is my first video, my first deep dive fast video. I'm going to start today with a guy named Erich Fromm, who was a psychologist. He wrote a book called Escape from Freedom. Escape from Freedom basically lays out the idea that the problems and the tendencies to drift towards totalitarianism started roughly at the end of the Middle Ages, at least from a psychological standpoint. And here's why. During the Middle Ages, everybody kind of knew what they did and what they were going to do, what their sons were going to do. The job market was essentially static, right? If your dad was a shoemaker, yeah, it's a pretty good chance you were going to be a shoemaker, right? Now, as the Middle Ages waned, a new economic system took place, and this economic system was really the very beginnings of capitalism. Capitalism provided more job choices, more markets, and more opportunities. This all sounds really good, right? I mean, we think about capitalism and all those things today, and we go, yeah, more choices, opportunity, that's really great. But think about this guy in the Middle Ages who suddenly has his future eroded a bit. Because what happened as capitalism started to evolve, the old systems in these villages dissolved. This created a lot of anxiety. People didn't exactly know what they were doing anymore. They didn't know where they were going to get their money. They didn't know what job they were going to do. There was lots of opportunity. So on one hand, it was a really brilliant thing, lots of opportunity. But the problem is, what do you do with that? Where do you start? Where do you go? How do you do it? And life becomes a little harder. In the old days, as a shoemaker, you kind of knew how many people were in the village. You also kind of knew how many shoes you were going to be making that year, right? There's only so many. All kinds of things became uncertain. That even pertains to production, right? So what happens when the life you knew and expected and counted on slowly begins to erode? Sound anything like today? What happens when your role, your identity, your future, everything that was clearly laid out suddenly seems uncertain? In the face of uncertainty and discomfort, we look for certainty and comfort, especially if we don't know how to play this game that is always evolving, right? If we don't know how to play this game, we look for easy answers and we look for people who can give us comfort. And the number one people in our lives psychologically that gave us comfort were our parents. And so do we look for parental figures, particularly father figures? Maybe. If you look at Fox News today and you listen to some of the talking points and they talk about Trump, they are all too happy to tell you that Trump is our daddy. He's going to take care of business, right? He's going to spank people. He's coming back home and he's mad, right? It very much relates, especially the job market today. We have a declining middle class and a lot of people who are going, technology is out of control. We don't know what's going on. How am I going to get trained? Where do I fit? It's very much the same as what was happening in the late Middle Ages. So this, Erich Fromm argues, lays the psychological groundwork for turning towards an authoritarian father figure. I'm going to talk in my next episode about a man named Ernest Becker who wrote The Denial of Death, because there we take that psychology a step further and we talk about cults, because we all know this is a cult. Guys, I'm done. I'm trying to be as quick as I can. I hope that was quick enough for you guys who have shorter attention spans. Let me know what you think of everything in the comments below. If you want to see longer episodes, shorter, I don't even know how I would do it. Just give me a heads up. Let me know what you're thinking. Thanks, guys, and thanks for listening.